gays still have a Chrissy Snow night in the bars down here where they all dress up as Chrissy Snow. And in the gay parade, I can't tell you how many times I've seen dresses that are made of thigh masters.
I mean, that is a great idea for a dress. Do you ever think like, if you weren't just fired from Three's Company, like how different your life would be?
Probably not as good. Because if I wasn't fired, I was really successful in sitcoms, and I probably would have gone on to do sitcom after sitcom after sitcom. This way, I had to reinvent myself over and over again. And when I went on the road, I had nothing to do during the day other than watch soap operas, which I wasn't going to do. And that's when I started writing books. So as of today, I've written 27 books. So it was real good. I went on the lecture circuit because of the material inside my book. You just kind of go with the flow. They want to buy the books because they want to know what I learned this time. So it's been kind of great. This goes all the way back to you asking me, if I had not been fired. I believe I didn't like being fired. Who does? And I still think it was wrong. But the universe had bigger plans for me. And I needed Three's Company to become that iconic character so that it endures to this day. If I'm on a plane or a train or wherever I've been going, there's never a time when someone doesn't come up. I always watch when you're on the reruns. I never watched it when the other girls were on. And it's because they broke up the chemistry by firing me, and the chemistry was so great. But because I was fired, I got such notoriety that it endures today. And I'm the only one still working. And my only complaint is that I work too much.
Yes, I agree with all of that. So to your point, all these people do watch when you come on, whenever your episodes come on, I keep it on the TV do you watch your own self? Like if you were in a hotel or somewhere, like, and you came on, like, do you watch yourself or do you not want to watch those old episodes if they come on?
Love her. I love her. I can anticipate what she's going to do next because it was a thought process. When I got the part of a dumb blonde, I would have taken the part of a monkey because it was my first job. But I thought, gosh, dumb blondes are so unlikable. How do I create a dumb blonde that is likable and lovable? And I gave her an imaginary moral code, what she would do, what she wouldn't do, what she would say, what she wouldn't say. It was so full that on show nights, it didn't take long before the audience started laughing at what Chrissy was going to say before she said it, which means they're in her mindset. And that is the most satisfying thing as a comedian. I could bring my shoulders up and do my eyes like this and do my hands like this, and they could almost anticipate what I was going to say next. And God, that was fun. So that was the thing I didn't like about being fired. I didn't finish Chrissy Snow. So when you say, would you like to do another series? I would like to finish her. I don't even know what that means. I'd have to find the great writers again. But anyway, there's a lot ahead that I haven't done that I want to do.
And would you do Chrissy Snow? Like if this, Jason doesn't want to do it in that incarnation with a hologram, like you would consider some other incarnation?
Maybe. It'd have to really be right. Jason is perfect because he's the actual son and he's going to look like him and he's going to sound like him. But I understand he just doesn't want to be John Ritter's son. He wants to be independently known as Jason Ritter. But I think that as a marketer, I think take what you can get, being John Ritter's son is kind of a great thing. And he was taken from us way too early. You could become beloved as Jason Ritter. But anyway, those are my thoughts.
I would agree with you. And, you are Suzanne Somers and you understand like all these people you just mentioned, you pick up the phone, they take your call, maybe they don't at first. You don't seem to take no for an answer, as far as where I'm considering. So, maybe if we just put it out there and you keep trying, I agree. Maybe one day he'll come around.
Maybe. Now I want to do it in Palm Springs. So I don't have to go to LA.
Well, that's fine too. I think that can be arranged.
Yeah.
What about I know, we talked last time and you've talked a lot in the media, about your sex life with your husband, Alan, and the media really embraces that. They love hearing about it. Why do you think you look at, like, I just think of an example like Madonna, who, okay, she's younger. She's not that much younger. She's in her 60s. She gets completely body shamed and shamed for being like, you know, overly sexual on her Instagram. Why do you think, well, and the media is obsessed with both of your sex lives, but why do you think there's such a, Suzanne Somers is embraced, and then we have Madonna, who's only like 10 years ish younger, where she's just chastised for acting a certain way?
Because the books I write, that's the reason I ever started talking about it, is that aging is about worn out parts. And so the new way to age is to, through lab work, determine your deficiencies. We lose hormones, so they need replacing. We lose nutrients, so that needs replacing. And we lose minerals, and that needs replacing. It's all trackable by lab work. So when I put my hormones back, whoa, it was like, because you don't put them back for your age, you put them back to optimum. And I was looking at Alan with a glint in my eye. I've now given him a rule, though, because he's an animal. I get it every other day, not every day.
So that's a cutback, right?
That's a cutback, yeah. Yeah, I said, you know, because he's on hormones too. I said every other day is great. He doesn't abide by it.
I was just going to say, does he abide by this? And is that okay with him? I mean, at one point you said it was 3 times a day, twice, once. And is he okay with once every other day?
Well, because sometimes it's twice in a day. And so I go, we did it twice yesterday. How beautiful and delicious to be desired. And so I give him his rules, and then he breaks them, and I like it. So there you go.
Do people, I mean, how does your, because look, we all look at like our parents, like, people, it's different when it's your own family. So I know, like you posted a picture with your granddaughter, which also went viral, who's I know in the business. Like, how does your family react? Like, are they like, oh, mom, grandma, please, like, I don't want to hear this? Or are they like, you go, girl?
No, the grandchildren laugh. My son says, when you're a teenager and your mother is a sex symbol, it's a bit challenging. No kids like their parents talking about their sex life, but deep down, they all are emulating our relationship. They all want to have what we have. And that's what happens with my Facebook Live shows. It's so much about the relationship I have with Alan, and he's a rascal, and he's irreverent, and he says things that I can make. He's behind the camera and I'm going, oh God, oh my God. But it's entertaining, and they love that we love each other so much. And if sex is a part of that, great.
Do you have friends, like, I mean, no pun intended with friends, but like you think of, like you mentioned, Jennifer Aniston, like you have a lot of single friends. I mean, yeah, like how great to like really be in love. Like when you say, I think you've said before, like you and Alan spend every